Hi, I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
And this is Speaking Of.
Yes, it is.
So, I wanted to throw in, I don't know what did we call it?
It's a follow-up.
It's a follow-up, there we go. It's a follow-up to a story that we did last week about Mr. Shia LaBeouf. Mm-hmm. I am very pleased to report that he is in... It's not rehab traditional, like he checked himself in.
He's just in a program.
He's in a program. He's in an outpatient, which actually is good. That means that his
not
public drunkenness wasn't that bad.
Poor guy.
They're not having him be committed or anything, so we wish him the best. And
yes, we do.
Yes, and hope that...
I love you, Shia.
I do enjoy me some Shia LaBeouf. In fact, he has a new movie, but we'll talk about that later.
Another time.
That might be in one of our trailer reviews.
Yes, trailer reviews.
Myself and the Hubs saw that one the other night. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
The Hub.
The Hubs.
Speaking of the Hubs, earlier today he was practicing for our show as we were having a conversation prior to recording because we were waiting for the late producer. Oh, no, that makes it sound like he's dead. The producer is fine. Producer is fine. While we were waiting for producer, we were having a conversation, and all of a sudden the Hub says, "Speaking of carnies," it was
oh, that's what. And we'll talk about that later. I'm like, oh yeah.
We have such an agenda.
We do, and we have to smash it all into 10 minutes. So, on
Let's
that note,
get moving.
Happy 4th of July, everyone.
Yay, 4th of July.
Yay, Independence Day. What are your plans?
My plans are to go to a parade, not be in a parade.
Not be in a parade.
Yeah, as Beverly so kindly said today, she announced to the team, "So is anyone in a parade tomorrow?"
Well, in all fairness, though, here in Utah, you can pretty much get in any parade.
But I just thought it was funny. She doesn't ask, is anyone going to a parade?
Well, that's how she's going to determine which parade she goes to, is by who's in the parade.
Like she's going to any parades.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
For me, it's just going to be some fireworks and some sparklers and throwing some snap pops at my sister, but that's another story. Actually, I think I did a story about that last year.
Well, I don't
Flashback.
know. Yeah, speaking of fireworks and sisters, and I don't know if I told this story before. We're going to have to do some checking.
I'll stop you if you did.
One fateful 4th of July, many, many, many moons ago.
Wow, this is a flashback.
Yes. So imagine, if you will, I walk into the family room where the TV is on, and my brothers are replaying from the old video camera. Have I told this before?
I don't think
so. They're replaying, so they've got it hooked up, right?
Says no.
And they're watching the videos of them blowing things up. And they have, they built these little Lego buildings and things.
It's just evidence. This is what kills me, when people blow things up and they record it.
Well, now to be fair, they had built Lego buildings.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like Legos.
Yeah.
It wasn't like when my brother did, and he's taping himself lighting guitars on fire, and I'm sure he's gonna appreciate me telling that story.
Sorry, Jared Jr., but that's not a good idea. No, this was back in the day. I mean, there was no place to post it or anything. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, so I'm watching as these Lego things are getting blown up, and then all of a sudden I see on the screen this Donald Duck Pez dispenser with a firecracker right in his throat.
You might have told
right where the Pez should be.
That's
I might have.
telling.
And I'm watching it, and just as I'm doing the math, that's my Pez. I see it just blow up.
It's all right. Even if you have told the story, it bears repeating. It's a good story.
It was very traumatic, and I think I freaked out a little bit. But I will have you know that my nephew saw the video at some point. It was, obviously years and years later, and he felt bad that I was so sad about my Pez dispenser. He got me a new one.
Was it George Michael?
No.
Really? No, George Michael is fired.
He was too old for that by then. He would have been helping them out, please. George Michael. Yes. Anyway, so speaking of lighting things on fire.
Oh, wow. I am okay.
Well, I just have to throw this out. I had leaked it on Facebook today, but it just cracked me up.
Clearly, I didn't check out Facebook today.
Well, so Beverly and Brock and I are all leaving the office at the same time, and another half of the team are still there. So I politely, as we're walking out, I say, "Now make sure that nobody sets anything on fire over the weekend."
Oh, it's true, because it's a high accident rate.
Right?
ER's busy.
Yeah. What does Beverly say? In true Beverly fashion, "Speak for yourself. There's nothing funnier than people setting themselves on fire or find me a cat this weekend, I will be set.
Thank heaven we have never used this woman's real name.
I know.
I'm just telling you right now, the Humane Society would be on her doorstep.
Don't worry, I would not let it happen.
Oh my
Yeah, she's
gosh.
out of control.
Of course, then again, I'm talking about throwing Snap Pops at my sister, so what's the difference?
Speaking of Snap Pops,
Oh.
Beverly has like a big old pack of them in her drawer in the office.
That's even better!
And I'm just trying to decide, who are you going to throw those at?
It's gonna be you.
Inside
It's gonna be
totally
you.
gonna- they're always throwing things at me, and it's not nice because I already sit on like a separate island, and now they're going to throw things at me. I feel like I'm
That's
in the
why,
Muppets,
'cause
and
they
they're
can
throwing
just, like-
trash and like rotten fruit at me or something.
Just over the wall.
Seriously, there's not even a wall. It's fine. I still feel
Wow.
loved, whatever.
Yeah, it's a different kind of love, but who's to
I'll
say? Who's to say,
I'll
really?
say. Oh my gosh. Yes.
All right, so what else did you want to talk about today?
Well,
Because I can give my great Transformers movie review if you'd like.
there's nothing to say
There
except
isn't.
apparently it sucks.
Except don't. Just don't.
I
and-
fortunately,
Oh, you
Speaking of
accidentally
Transformers-
dodged a bullet.
yes, speaking of bad movies, I happen to have a very severe blood donation fail,
Oh,
which prevented me.
and we've talked about you donating blood before
Yeah,
on
so
the show.
it fortunately prevented me from having to watch the horrible movie. But it was very funny because the morning of the blood donation, I'm talking to my boss and I'm like, yeah, there's a blood drive today. And he's like,
I'm
"Oh."
gonna go give blood.
Well, he goes into this whole thing about how he can't give blood because he has this irrational fear that once they take his blood, then there's this void that he can never refill, kind of a thing. And
Wow,
I know, it
it
was
like
really-
takes part of his soul.
yeah, it was, speaking of souls, that comes in later. So,
You got 3 minutes.
I know. I gotta hurry. So anyway, he's talking about that's why he doesn't give blood, and so then, so I give blood. Okay, and I come back after giving blood, and it was fine. It took a long
She's
time.
not giving blood anymore.
But I felt okay. So then Jim at work is talking about how he says to me, I feel sorry for whoever gets your blood. He says.
Speaking of Jim, do you want to finish your story first?
Yes, please. Anyway, Karen, Jim. So he says, I feel sorry for whoever gets your blood because they're going to have that like ginger
That's
something
true.
or other. And I said, yeah, they're going to get my blood. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, I feel like my soul is getting seeped out of me.
Or, homicidal tendencies, some additional...
It could happen. You don't know. So then what was funny is that, so then later I did nearly pass out and Beverly had to save me, which I have to say she did very well, other than
That's
the part
good.
where she said, I don't know what to do. My brain doesn't work in these situations. And I'm like, you're asking me? I'm the one about to black out.
You're just lucky you didn't get lit on fire. Anyway,
Clearly. She has the
she had an
box in the
opportunity.
back. Anyway, speaking of
So,
Jim.
speaking of Jim, Jim was my arch enemy. He is my arch enemy. He's getting promoted back up. The other day I was visiting Kate, and he couldn't even bother to look up from his computer monitors to realize that his arch enemy was in the building. So you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get some of those Snap Pops, Jim Bob.
Oh my.
I'm gonna make you dance.
In the meantime, dance, monkey dance.
That's right, dance, monkey, dance. And that's what's gonna go down. I'll teach him what an arch enemy is. See if
Wow.
he forgets me again.
Just wow. I don't even know how to follow that up.
I made you speechless. It's just tender.
I just hope that Jim
It's
Bob's
tender.
scared now.
He should be
He
scared.
probably isn't. He'll find some reason, way to
He'll
cover
find
it.
some witty retort or something.
We'll have to work
like
on
he
it for a little
does.
while.
Oh, will
We'll
he?
give you some time, Jim. Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
I think he should do a video reply.
Yeah, Jimmy, do a video reply.
Yeah, and reply to this
I
video.
dare you.
I got Snap Pops in studio. just to be fair.
Wow. Just wow.
Just wow.
Speaking of sharing Snap Pops, I think that Jared and I need to share with one another.
What just happened?
I will share with you if you will share with me.
Shut up!
Now, share.
When did you do this? This is Aka awesome.
It kind of is. Yes. This is Coke's new promotion. And
it?
they want us to share, apparently with ourselves only. Or
Okay.
a billion other people whose names I've never... I did see a Maurice, which kind of made me chuckle.
Oh, Maurice. That'll
But
have
then
to
I
wait
saw,
for another day.
but then
I'm
I saw
actually
another
to write
people that I
Maurice
was
down.
like, no one goes by that name anymore. Or why are there so many of those?
Oh.
So yes,
Yay! I have a Coke.
we're Aka-popular now.
We are. We are. Okay.
So speaking of sharing,
Yes. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe.
share this video with your
Yes.
friends.
Please do.
And share a Coke. With
Because
Kate or
it's
Jerry.
not like we haven't been drinking Coke products for a while.
Oh wait.
It's Coke in the glass. I can vouch. On that note, I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
We'll see you next time.